Hello and welcome to this presentation for today, which is all about building wealth and changing the world. So this is about the rise of the conscious entrepreneur. Now, if you've never stepped into the entrepreneurial space before, then maybe now is the time. And I'm hoping that today, if you're not already on the entrepreneurial journey, that you will feel inspired to step into this incredible space, because there has never been a better time, particularly for conscious entrepreneurs. And I'm going to share with you why that is today. And I am super excited that you are here to share with me this incredible time on this planet. We all decided to be here at this time. It is crazy. It is completely freaking off the charts. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world right now. I know that. There's a lot of things unfolding and happening that, 3 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we never foresaw what was to come. Most of us didn't anyway. So unless you were one of the few visionaries who knew and anticipated this extraordinary time, then you're a very, very special human being. But most of us are still sitting back going, what the hell just happened? But the beautiful part about this is that we are on the precipice of a massive shift. We're actually not on the precipice of it. We're in the middle of a massive shift in consciousness on the planet. And that means huge, extraordinary opportunities on the way, and that are actually available to you right now. And as a conscious human being, I encourage you to step into this incredible space to really to embrace this time with everything and every fiber of your being. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen right now. So that's my screen. So hopefully you can see that. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to share with you a whole lot of information, inspiration. And if you do not have a pen and a piece of paper, then please grab a pen and paper and take notes and highlight those things that really hit you in that place that you kind of know that is what you need today. Take at least 2 or 3 things away from today and then implement them. So my mission this year is to empower 100,000 conscious, impact-driven entrepreneurs to build wealth, fulfilling their purpose. Why? Because I know together we can change the world. So instead of sitting back and watching what is unfolding, feeling helpless, feeling powerless, feeling like, we're getting steamrolled by the powers that be that are sort of have taken control, or we kind of gave it to them. We need to step up and decide that we're going to do something about it, that we're going to do something different. And together, we are the most powerful force. So if we don't like what's happening in the world, if we don't like the direction that we're heading in, then it's up to us to stand up and say, you know what? We're not going to allow you to run us in this direction anymore. We're going to actually stand in our power and decide that we are going to co-create the world that we want. And the reason I'm really passionate about this is because the more conscious entrepreneurs we have who are standing in their power, who are living their purpose, their passion, their mission, who are contributing to the world in a conscious, aligned way, the better this world gets. So question is that the kind of mission that you would like to be a part of? And if you would, then stick around, because my message for you today is going to be really, really powerful. It's going to hit you right where you need it. So today I'm going to share with you why impact-driven entrepreneurs are different. We are fundamentally different, and that has its benefits and its drawbacks. And I'm going to share each of those with you today and how to step into this space in a way that is really, really empowering. So the 3 reasons impact-driven entrepreneurs struggle and how to easily fix it. The 5 keys to being rich without selling your soul. The number 1 business model to build wealth fast with 0 limits on your income. How to heal your internal conflict with money. And finally, how to unlock the secrets of the universe. So I'm going to share a lot more with you than that, but they are the primary points that I will hit on for you today. Now, if you would like to ask questions, then please type them in the chat and I will get to them at the end of the presentation today. So let's firstly, before I do that, I just want to say that I don't have anything to sell today. So I have nothing for you to purchase. So I know how eager you are to buy something from me, but you can put your credit card away. Sorry to disappoint you, but there will be an opportunity to have a strategy call with me at the end of this session if that is something that you would really like to do. So please make sure that you are just being fully present to what I am sharing with you today, and take what you need from this to make a quantum leap in your progress. So now let's look at income-driven versus impact-driven entrepreneurs. So income-driven entrepreneurs are driven by income. That's not rocket science. They're looking for that next big thing, that opportunity, what's going to make them money. Now, every entrepreneur must focus on service. What service are they providing for their customers or clients? That is the fundamental bottom line to receiving money, building wealth, being rich. And if you don't have a quality service or product that solves a problem for people, then you will never build wealth, period. So entrepreneurship is about service. That's what it is. But income-driven entrepreneurs, their primary focus is about how much income can I make from this? That is one of the primary things that they focus on right from the get-go. It's not the only thing they focus on, but it's one of the primary ones. It's one of their drivers. Now, an impact-driven entrepreneur is somebody who is focusing on primarily the level of impact, how many people they can help, how they can help people. And there are benefits and drawbacks to this, because unfortunately, a lot of impact-driven entrepreneurs are so focused on the impact, they kind of forget about making money. And that is a really big mistake, because what happens if you're not focused on the money piece, then you severely limit your ability to impact as many people as possible. So it's about what drives somebody. So somebody like Richard Branson, he is driven by the amount of income that he can make. He's also driven by how much fun he can have and the adventure that he wants and the achievements. So he's also achievement driven. And he serves a lot of people in the process, but he isn't driven by the level of impact. He's driven by the income. His business is driven by the level of income. And why income-driven entrepreneurs are more likely to succeed is because of this factor. Because any business needs to make money. So if you're not making money, and as much money as possible, or if at least you're not setting yourself up to make as much money as possible, then you kind of miss the point. So let's dive into this a little bit more. So there are 3 reasons impact-driven entrepreneurs fail. Firstly, they struggle with the fundamental principles of business. Now, this isn't isolated to impact-driven entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs tend to struggle with the fundamental principles of business. There's a phrase in the book called the E-Myth that refers to the entrepreneurial seizure. So people get sick and tired of the 9 to 5, of the grind. They want to build freedom for themselves. They don't want to be at the mercy of somebody else, and that's smart. What they don't really do first, though, is set themselves up with understanding the fundamental principles of business, because there is a massive shift from being an entrepreneur to being self-employed. There's a massive mindset shift. There are basic things that you need to understand. Now, I'm not bagging out anybody who jumps into business with having no idea what they're doing, because I did that and I had to fail my way forward, and it was damned hard, let me tell you. I learned this stuff along the way. And the vast majority of entrepreneurs, this is what they do. So there's nothing wrong with it, but you need to realize that this is a massive learning curve to really understand the fundamental principles of business and set the intention to master the principles of business, the fundamental and the advanced, as you progress through your journey. So that's the first reason. And if you think about this statistic, 80% of businesses will fail within the first 18 months. That's 8 out of 10 businesses will fail within their first 18 months. So if you've already failed in business, then get over it, because you're just 1 out of 8 out of the 10. And I can guarantee you that every single successful entrepreneur has failed many times in projects, business ventures. The thing is that they succeed at the time that it matters, and they persist until they succeed. And that is all about your mindset, which we're going to get into in a little bit. So this is something I've already alluded to, is that impact-driven entrepreneurs are so focused on others that they neglect their own needs and the needs of their business. Now, clearly, if you're not making money, because look, business is a beast. It is a hungry beast, and it is a beast that needs to be fed. So you need to be making income to invest back into your business. And of course, you need to be making income to be able to sustain yourself. Money is something that we need, whether we like it or not. Money is something that we need. So get comfortable with making money and put in place all the structures, all the systems, all the strategies that you need to monetize your impact. It's okay that you are primarily impact focused, but it's not okay that you do that at the expense of the income piece in your business. You need to have a balance of both. This is critical to the future of your business and to the level of impact that you can have. So you need to reframe money in the context of the more money I make, the more income I can, the more impact I can have. The more money I make, the more impact I can have, the more people I can help, the more the more I get to solve the problem that I'm here to solve, the more I get to live my mission, my purpose, my passion, the more I make the world a better place by making more money. Once you start to embody that and frame it in that way, that will be a huge shift for you. Thirdly, the vast majority of impact-driven entrepreneurs have a deep internal conflict with making money. Now, again, this is not isolated to impact-driven entrepreneurs. This is very common for a lot of people. We are conditioned with this to reject money, basically. And this is, I have a belief that this has been done deliberately to disempower us, because the more we are struggling, the more we are in that struggle cycle, the less power we have to not only determine our future, but also to have a positive impact in the world. So imagine, for instance, that we had a world that was driven by impact-driven entrepreneurs, that the outcomes for the planet were determined by people who were conscious, who were really fundamentally driven by helping others, building a better place for the world at large. Just imagine the shift that would happen. Where would we be now if that were the case? So it's really important that conscious entrepreneurs heal this deep internal conflict with making money and overcome the subconscious programming and conditioning that we have been subjected to from our environment, because we're a product of our environment, and our belief systems come primarily from our environment, from the information and the experiences that we're exposed to, and we adopt the belief systems of our tribe. And there's all sorts of primal reasons that our brain does that. But we need to really do the work to heal those internal conflicts with making money, so we can make a lot more money, so we can have a lot more impact in the world. It always comes back to that. Okay, so the inconvenient truth about money. The financial system is terribly corrupt, incredibly corrupt. And the people who drive the system are very, very corrupt. So we have a world where the wrong people are at the controls. The wrong people are driving global outcomes. And me personally, I don't feel that they have our best interests at heart, and the direction that they are taking us in, I'm not too happy about that. Now, I can either sit back and go, oh, this really sucks, and do nothing, or I can think about, what can I do? As an individual, what can I do? And as a collective, what can we do? This is why just a few weeks ago, I decided that my goal for this year, my new goal for this year, was to empower 100,000 impact-driven entrepreneurs. Because individually, we are completely powerless against the machine that is. This is, the financial system is a beast. It is a massive machine. But together, collectively, we have the power to change the world. We really do. So, and there are many, many people out there who are already doing good work in this space. And I thought, well, why can't I contribute to that? So how do we take back our power and take back control so that we determine the future of the world? We decide. We decide that's what we're going to do, and we work together to do it. So once we shift this balance of power, we can then start the process of putting our planet onto a conscious path, onto a path where everybody wins, because there is plenty for everybody on this planet. There is no need for this level of suffering that we have. There is no need for the level of poverty that is here. There is no need for anybody to not experience abundance. We live in an abundant world and an abundant universe. Now, the people who are in control right now do not want us standing in our power. They do not want us believing in ourselves. They do not want us understanding that we have the ability, the infinite power to create whatever we want, including a new future for our whole world. So they've put things in place that keep us dumbed down, repressed, that keep us in a state of fear, and that stop us from stepping into our power and being self-determining individuals and self-determining as a collective, a conscious collective. We also have a lack of financial literacy. Again, this serves the people at the top. There's no financial education within, well, certainly not within the education system that I grew up in, and I don't believe that's changed a hell of a lot. So we have to go outside for our economic and financial literacy education, and we do that by reading books, by doing courses, by getting in the environment of people who understand money, who understand finances and how it works, and we learn as fast as possible. And the financial world is very, very complex. I mean, with the SVB, Silicon Valley Bank collapse that happened end of the week before last, that really, I've been listening to podcasts that are talking about the circumstances that caused that. Now, was it orchestrated? Maybe. There's also some fundamental financial situation in place that allowed this to happen. And that has happened because of policies that are put in place, because of different actions that have been taken by the people who control the money, because there are just a handful of people who control the money and control the financial system. Now, we can either reject the financial system outright and go, oh, it's corrupt, it's bad, I'm not going to participate, which only robs us of our power. We are literally saying, well, we're not going to participate, which just puts all the power in the hands of those who are already in control. Or we can use and leverage the system that we have, because there's actually nothing wrong with the principles of the system. It's the people who run the system that are the problem. So we need to educate ourselves about the financial system that we have and work with that and within that to actually turn the tables. And it's not too late. It's never too late. So money is oxygen to your business and your cause. So without it, your business starves. Your cause doesn't get as much money as it could. And there's multiple ways that you can actually be able to give money or donate to the cause that your cause can benefit. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the presentation. But really start to embrace money, the money paradigm. Start to look at money as the solution, because money is the solution. It is the problem and the solution at the same time. So how do we focus on it as the solution to the problems that have been created by the psychology of the humans who are currently running the planet? And then we need to look at how are we going to use money, which money is a powerful, powerful tool. So how are we going to use money in our lives, in our businesses, and in the general community to bring solutions to this problem that we now have? And this problem has been unfolding for decades. It's just most of us, including me, have been completely complacent, kind of like, well, it's not too bad. People seem to be getting along. I'm doing my little bit. Well, now we're at this massive tipping point, and we now have a decision to make. And we can't afford to wait any longer for somebody else to show up and to save us. And as far as I'm concerned, ain't nobody coming to save us. Now, I don't know, maybe somebody is coming to save us. I like to think that God's in control, God, spirit, source, the divine, whatever you like to call it. I like to believe that there is this higher entity who is in control. However, I think that God, spirit, source, the divine, the universe works through us. So do you know that story? You've heard that story about the guy who he's out in his boat and this massive wave comes and knocks him out of his boat, and he ends up out in the middle of the ocean, just bobbing around, and his boat's kind of been washed away or sunk to the bottom of the ocean. And he says, God, 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 please save me. So a guy in another little fishing boat shows up, and he goes, oh, gosh, mate, come on in and I'll take you into shore. No, that's okay. God will save me. I trust God will save me. Okay. So the dude goes away, and then a shipping liner shows up, and the shipping liner pulls up and says, oh my God, lucky we spotted you. We almost ran over you. Here, climb aboard. And the dude goes, no, it's okay. God will save me. No, mate, come on, get in the ship. We're right here. No, it's okay. God will save me. So then a helicopter comes out, and they come down and they go, okay, come on. Let's pick you up and take you into shore. No, it's okay. God will save me. So the guy drowns, and he gets up to heaven, and he says, God, what the hell? I thought you were going to save me. I trusted you. And God said, I sent you a fishing boat. I sent you an ocean liner, and I sent you a helicopter. What else did you want? So it's up to us to be our own savior, to allow God, Spirit, the universe, to work through us to create the solutions we need to create the world that we want. I really hope that makes sense, and I really hope that you're going to embody that. We are the saviors that we've been looking for this whole time. And money is not the problem. It's our relationship with the money that's the problem. It's our lack of financial education that's the problem. It's our lack of willingness to put it all on the line and commit to our goals and our dreams and take the action that we need to take. That's the problem. So it all comes back to us. This whole thing about success is an internal game. It all comes back to us. We can sit back and blame the circumstances and blame the global elites and, blame our parents and blame our circumstances and blame the person who ripped us off. Or we can take radical responsibility, extreme ownership for all of it. It's a great book by Jocko Willink, Extreme Ownership. And it's not about blaming. It's not about fault. It's not about beating ourselves up for the mistakes that we've made, the shit that we didn't do, and going, oh, woe is me. It's all my fault. And I got in this situation. That is just a waste of time and energy. But it's about, okay, I am a powerful creative force. I am constantly co-creating with the universe. So if I am co-creating with the universe every minute of every day, I clearly co-created this. Probably not my best moment. Probably not made the best decisions up until this point. What am I going to do about it? I take ownership for whatever has happened, for whoever I've attracted into my world, who done me wrong, who created this, helped to assisted in creating this shit show, who did bad things to me, to, being in a world at this time that is kind of upside down, inside out, and inverted. I mean, everything that we thought we knew is kind of the inverse, which has been a little bit of a shock to a lot of us. Some of us have been waking up to this over the last 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Some of us have been red pilled in the last, 1 to 3 years. And it's for those people, it's been a brutal awakening. But it's really important to know that money is not the problem. So stop blaming money and start looking at your relationship to money. So I really want you to get this. I really want you to get this. The world needs you to be wealthy. So building wealth is not just about you. It's not just about fulfilling your needs, wants, and desires. This is about the world becoming a better place because you're wealthy. This is about the impact and the contribution that you get to make when you're wealthy. So this could be an important mindset shift for you. I want you to think about, just say you had an excess $100,000 right now. Excess $100,000. All your needs are taken care of. All your debts are paid. You are comfortable. You are secure. And you have an excess $100,000. Now, some of that could be fun money. Some of that could fund some of the fun things that you want to do or experience or buy. However, think about the top 3 causes that you would like to help to contribute to on the planet. The top 3 things that just break your heart, that every time you see them, it just hits you right there, right in the feels. If you can't see me right now, I'm actually pointing to my chest. Think of the top 3 things that you just look at and go, oh my God, this is just so wrong. With that $100,000, are there organizations, cause-driven organizations that are out there on the ground already helping to solve those problems, already making a contribution to ending the suffering for whatever that situation is causing? So, for instance, I have a deep love of animals. And I cannot tell you how many animal causes I get popping up on my Facebook feed. And every single one of them, I go, oh my God. And I got into a conversation on one of them just recently, and people sort of said, well, it doesn't matter how much money we pour at this. It's just, the problem is never solved. Well, but does that mean that we don't at least try to help stop the suffering for some of the animals? There's another story that comes to mind, and this is about the boy and the starfish. So there's a man walking along a beach, and there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of starfish that have been washed up on the beach for whatever reason. And he notices there's this one little boy, about 5 or 6, and he keeps running up the beach, grabbing a starfish, running back down to the ocean and tossing the starfish back in the ocean. And then he runs back and he grabs another starfish and he runs back and he chucks it in the ocean. And the guy's just watching him and he's looking at all these starfish. And he eventually goes up to the little boy and he says, little boy, it's like, what are you doing? There are just too many starfish. You could never save all these starfish. What you're doing is like, it's almost insignificant, the amount of starfish that are here. It doesn't really matter. And the little boy didn't falter. He picked up another starfish and he ran down to the ocean and he chucked that starfish back into the ocean. And he turned to the man and he said, it mattered to that one. So even though that one little boy could never save all of those starfish, the fact that he was at least trying, and imagine if there were 100 people on that beach who were saving the starfish, we could save them all. It's the same principle and the same philosophy. And this is why I am so passionate about this cause. And that each time I see one of those causes that breaks my heart turn up on my Facebook feed, I don't need to be on the cold face. To be honest with you, it would probably just send me insane doing what some of those people do, being on the ground and doing that work. I just couldn't handle it emotionally. But for those organizations that are on the ground doing it, the more money I make, the more money I can actually give to those causes. So And that there are thousands and thousands and thousands of different worthy causes that need funding. And maybe you have your own solution that you want to provide to one of those areas. But I want you to think of coming right back to what I said in the beginning. I want you to think of the top 3 causes and that $100,000. How much of a positive impact do you think you could make with that extra money to any of those causes? If you gave each of those causes $10,000, $20,000, how much difference do you think it would make to the recipients, the beneficiaries of your contribution, the ones who are benefiting from the work of those who are on the ground? So this is why the world needs you to be wealthy. So already gone over and over this. The more money you have, the more impact you can have. So stop thinking of it in the context, because there's a lot of impact-driven people out there who think, oh my God, it's just greedy for me to have more money. And if I have some, then if I have more than I need, then somebody else is missing out. It's all BS. Belief systems. Trillions of dollars is changing hands every single day. So money should not arrive at a particular point and stop moving. The whole point of our financial system is that money keeps moving. So it moves into your field, into your bank account, then it moves out, and you are consciously distributing that money to where you want it to go. You've got to give the money a purpose. Money loves having a purpose. This is why it's really powerful to sit down and go, well, when I do make that $100,000, where is that going to go? How am I going to distribute that $100,000? Looking after your own needs, looking after your own needs first, making sure you're taken care of, because if you're not taken care of, you cannot keep giving from an empty cup. So you've got to fill your cup up first to overflowing, to then be able to help as many people as possible, or as many animals as possible, or help the environment as much as possible. Whatever cause it is that you are committed to, then fill your own cup up first. Make sure you are fully taken care of, that you are secure, financially secure. Then look at how you can help others. You cannot do it the other way. It's not going to work. So conscious business is the future. This is so exciting. So I really need you to understand that we are at such an exciting time on the planet right now. And I've been listening to some interviews and some presentations on conscious entrepreneurship, impact-driven entrepreneurship. And what I heard really excited me, in that there is a shift in consciousness happening. And impact-driven entrepreneurs, I heard one very successful impact-driven entrepreneur saying that right now, impact-driven entrepreneurship, it's almost like if you had invested in Facebook like 12 years ago. So those people who invested in Facebook, they've reaped massive rewards over the last 12 years. Who knows where that's going to go in the future? But, you know, they made millions, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars on their investment. And we are at the moment, we are at the burgeoning of an explosion of conscious entrepreneurship. This is the future of business. So whatever your idea, whatever your mission, whatever your purpose, now is the time to back yourself and back your mission, your vision, your purpose 100%, 1,000%, to do everything you can to see this through. to have your dreams become the reality. And right now, the energies, the cosmic system is aligning to support conscious business, because you will find that in the future, businesses that are not built on a conscious foundation that is for the benefit of humanity and the betterment and benefit of the planet, they will actually be swallowed whole by the emergence of the new earth paradigm. So this is why it's so exciting right now to get to back yourself and to implement the action steps, to put in place the systems, the strategies to be able to achieve your goals and further your impact-driven conscious business idea. Or if you already have an impact-driven business, then to really advance your idea, to grow your business right now. There's never been a better time. So now, this is going to potentially be a bit of a wake-up call. So impact-driven entrepreneurs, we tend to be very idealistic. I'll own the fact that I can be a little bit Pollyanna-ish. I like to believe that the future of humanity is bright. I like to believe that even when everything looks like it's falling apart, it's actually falling together. I like to believe that we are actually heading in the right direction and that everything is going to work out and everything is going to be okay. I like to believe in the goodness of humanity. And having an idealistic outlook, there's nothing wrong with that. But it must be balanced with a realistic approach to the outcomes that we want to create. And impact-driven entrepreneurs, unfortunately, tend to stay too much in the idealism and not get real about what it's going to take to achieve their goals and dreams. And too many entrepreneurs in general are like this. Too many entrepreneurs are in love with the idea of achieving success as an entrepreneur, but they're not in love with the process that it's going to take to get them there. So they have all these ideals and these dreams and these visions that they want to create for themselves, but they're not actually committed to the hard work that's going to bridge the gap. It's going to get them there. Because there is no substitute for the hard work in achieving your goals and dreams. None, zero. There is nothing that can take the place of the hard work that you need to put in. Now, just a disclaimer that I believe in flow, not hustle. But flow doesn't negate the fact that you're going to have to put in the work to get from where you are to where you want to be. If success were easy, everybody would be doing it. If being a billionaire was easy, everybody would be doing it. So we have to get realistic about what is it going to take to achieve my dreams, because just thinking positive ain't going to cut it. It's about putting in effective systems and strategies, showing up every day to bring your dreams to life, to make it a reality. And just a heads up, you want it to be difficult. You want it to be challenging, because the human spirit yearns for challenge, for endeavor, for that sense of achievement. And when everything is handed to you on a platter, it's boring. The human spirit gets bored. Like, what's the freaking point? If you don't have to grow and expand and learn, and if there's not some struggle involved and it's too easy, then I guarantee you're going to get bored. That doesn't mean that it has to feel impossibly hard. that it has to feel like you're being crushed under the weight of the struggle. If you are feeling like that, then you're too much then you haven't got the right mindset, and you're not leveraging your gifts, your talents, your expertise. You're not getting into the flow. So idealism is fine, but it must be balanced with the realism of what's going to take. Who do you need to become? What action steps do you need to take? What skills do you have to learn? All of that comes into the equation. So give your money meaning. I've already alluded to this. And what I want you to do is, with your pen and piece of paper, I want you to write down these 3 questions, because these are 3 questions that I want you to contemplate post this presentation today. So what does thriving look like for you? If you go from just surviving to thriving, what does thriving look like for you? You deserve to thrive. You deserve to realize all your goals and dreams. What does that look like for you? Next question, who else will benefit from the money? I've already given you a scenario of thinking about the causes that you could contribute to. How will your family benefit? How will your community benefit? How will the world benefit? You've got to give the money meaning that is greater than you. So by all means, acquire the fun things that you want to have in your life. Do the fun things you want to do. Have the experiences that you want to have. But beyond that, you need to be contributing to the world in some sort of positive way. So who else will benefit from the money that you make? Third question, what would wealth mean for you and for the cause you champion? Coming back to those 3 beneficiaries, causes, charities. What would your wealth not just mean for you, but what would it mean for those causes? So me, for instance, the more money I make, the more animals that get to be saved, looked after, cared for. Also, the more money I make, the more I can channel back into my business, probably into a lot of it into marketing, also building systems, also bringing on more people who can help me to further the growth and expansion of my business to impact more people. So it becomes a self-fulfilling cycle, in that if I put another 50,000 into my business, there's more marketing, there's more people who can do more things in my business, which is leverage. So rich people buy their time back. That's what they do. Which means that my contribution grows, which means that my income grows, which means that I make more money. My message reaches more people. I bring more people into my programs. I help them. So I'm also helping indirectly by empowering conscious entrepreneurs. Then they go out and impact the world in a bigger way. And the impact that they have tends to grow. So the more money I make, the more the whole world benefits in multiple ways. So reframe wealth and money in this context and give it meaning, purpose, vision. Have a vision behind the money that you make. So there are 2 approaches that you can have in an impact-driven context to be able to have the biggest contribution, make the biggest contribution and have the biggest impact. Number one is to build wealth to distribute to your cause. So if you think of an income-driven entrepreneur, you could look at, okay, what's the next big thing? Where can I channel my gifts, my talents, my expertise to a project that's going to make as much money as possible? Maybe it's into AI programming. Huge opportunity right now. Maybe there's something that really lights you up that you can do that is all about income. Yeah, it's about serving others, has to be, but it's primarily about income. So, for instance, there's a favorite guy of mine called Manoj Bhargava, and he had very briefly, his story is he created a drink called 5 Hour Energy or something. So it's an energy drink, right? Went ballistic, made a lot of money, billions, in fact. Now, he was very conscious of the financial situation that he found himself in, and is like, well, I don't need all this money. What am I going to do with that? How am I going to give back? So he thought deeply about three of the biggest problems that we have on the planet, and mostly within the poorer countries. So he's actually born and bred, I believe, in the United States, but has an Indian cultural heritage. I think his family came from India. And obviously a lot of India is impoverished. So this is probably why he went in this specific direction. But he went, well, there's a lot of people in the world who do not have access to clean water. Massive problem. Don't have sustainable food sources. Another massive problem. And a lot of the third world countries don't even have energy. What does energy do? Energy drives enterprise. Energy drives wealth. The use of energy can further, it is something that actually drove our evolution, the human evolution to this point. Without energy, we could not be living in the world that we live in today. So he looked at these three fundamental problems in a lot of third world countries and went, well, I'm going to build an engineer's playground, basically. And then I'm going to invite engineers to present potential solutions to each of these three problems. And the ones that are simple enough and effective enough that I believe and my panel of experts believe have the most potential, I will actually bring those engineers into my engineers playground and give them all the funding they need to develop those ideas. Doesn't mean all those ideas are going to work, but if you put enough money into the development of these ideas, you find out what works, you find out what doesn't work, and you find a solution to these problems. So if you want to have a look at what he's doing, you can have a look at Billions in Change. Now, I reached out to Billions in Change recently. They have actually narrowed their focus now to clean water, and they've made huge strides in all three areas, but they're now really tripling down on the clean water issue, because once they solve that, then they can probably redirect their energy and their focus to the other areas as well. But they've got some great innovations that are out there for helping bring energy, sustainable energy, into third world countries. And they've helped to educate a lot of primary producers in third world countries about sustainable food production, which is simple and which they can do. It doesn't require a whole lot of innovation or technology or all that kind of stuff. So with what they have, they can further advance and produce food for their communities in a much more sustainable way. And what Manoj Bhagavat did was he said that any ideas that we develop will actually, all the engineering, all the planning, everything will be free for the world to use. So he didn't patent any of it, so it was just his to exploit. He went, the whole world can have what we develop. So other countries can benefit from these ideas that come out. And his engineers thing is a zero profit model. So it's not a beast that he has to keep feeding financially. It does generate profit, but it's a zero profit model. So he's not making more money out of it. So that's an example of somebody who built wealth and then went, okay, I have billions of dollars. What the hell am I going to do with it? And he funneled his wealth toward a specific cause. Now, the other approach is to build wealth through a cause-driven business. So what is the solution that you have? Is it product-based? Is it service-based? And then you build a financial model that is infinitely scalable. So there's zero limits on your income, that the more money you bring in, the more you can funnel out to causes as you go. So it's important that you decide which approach you're going to take. Which is going to benefit you the most? Which is going to light you up the most, bring you the most joy? Which is going to be the most effective at achieving the goals and the vision that you have? And then run with that. Do that. Okay, so 5 keys to building wealth. Number 1, intention. Dr. Wayne Dyer wrote a whole book about the power of intention. So your intention is the initial spark that is necessary or for you to achieve what it is that you want. Nothing was ever created that wasn't an idea to start with. Think about the smartphones that we have. Where did that start? It started in the brain of Steve Jobs. God rest his soul. So the whole concept of the iPhone started as an idea, and I can just about guarantee you his engineers found it really difficult to even start to wrap their heads around the concept of this vision that that Steve Jobs had. Henry Ford had the concept and the idea of building the 8-cylinder engine, and his engineers were like, it can't be done. He said, do not come and tell me that it can't be done. Just go and do it. He didn't know how to do it, but he employed smart people who figured it out. And he just kept telling them, don't come and tell me that it can't be done. Go and do it. And he funded that. So, and I would say that the engineers at Apple probably had similar ideas, probably went away going, oh my God, this dude's crazy. It's not possible. It was possible in his head, which means that somehow it was going to be made possible. And there would have been years of research and development and all sorts that went into developing something like the smartphone and touch screens, and then all the apps that are now available for our smart technology. But if it weren't an intention, a vision first, it wouldn't have happened. Now, what's really important with building an impact-driven business is that you have the intention to have the impact, but you also have the intention to produce the income, to sustain and grow the impact, the business, the wealth. So you have to have both intentions simultaneously, and they need to be balanced. That one concept today could be an absolute game changer for you. The next key is, what is your freedom solution? What do I mean by that? Well, every single business only makes money when it solves a problem. Every single business is about solving a problem of some sort. So what is the freedom or solution that you are, what is the freedom solution that you are providing? What pain are people in that you are giving them relief for? What is your customer's struggle? Why would they exchange money, and what are they getting freedom from? What pain are they getting freedom from by engaging you, your product or service? So understand the solution that your product or service provides. Understand the pain that not having that solution causes your customer or client, because you're going to use the existence of their pain to actually get them to exchange money with you. Now, call that psychological manipulation, call it whatever you want, but it is the nature of the financial exchange. You have to sell whether you like it or not, and we are constantly selling. We're selling ourselves to our partner or future partner. We're selling the action that our 10-year-old needs to take by doing the dishes to stop us nagging them and to get that pocket money, or be able to get the reward that comes with going and doing the dishes. So everything is a sales process here on this planet. And selling is service when it's done right, when it's done with heart. When you sell with service and when you solve somebody's problem, they will love you forever. So understand the freedom solution that you are providing. What is your unique wealth formula? So we all have a unique wealth formula. What the hell is that? That is your skills, your talents, your expertise, your gifts, your unconscious competence, your core genius. They are your superpowers. It is your knowledge, your journey, making your mess your message. It is taking all of who you are and figuring out the best and most effective way to monetize that. It is what you love. It is your purpose. It is your vision. It is your mission. It is all of that combined into providing a service or solution for your customers or clients that causes the money exchange to happen. And the reason I call it a unique wealth formula is because every single person is absolutely, totally, and utterly unique on this planet. And when you really grasp that, when you really understand who you truly are, the power that you have, the unique soul and individual that you are. There has never been anybody like you. There isn't anybody like you on the planet right now. There will never be anybody else like you ever in the history of the universe. Ever, ever, ever. Not exactly like you. There may be similarities. But what is it that you bring here? Because God doesn't make mistakes. And He brought you here for a reason. You chose to be here for a reason. So what are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with your life that is going to leave the world a better place than when you arrived? And really unpacking and knowing who you truly are, and then looking at how you monetize that, that is going to be one of the most rewarding journeys you will ever take. Number 4, create a plan. If you're failing to plan, you are planning to fail. So create a plan. What are the steps that you need to take? And if that sounds a bit daunting, then don't get too caught up in, oh my God, I need to write a 50-page document to nut out my plan. Some people like a detailed plan, but you don't need one. What's your vision? What's your mission? Where you're going? And then what is the next logical step? What is the next logical step that you can perceive right now to get you a little bit closer to your goal? If that's the only plan you have, then run with that. But do something. And then execute the plan. So I recommend that you know at least 3 steps that you need to take right now and then execute those. Then look at what happens. Look at the result that you get. And even if it didn't move you closer, noticeably closer to your goal, you still moved closer, because if something failed and you found out something that didn't work. Thomas Edison, he said, I didn't fail 10,000 times to make the light bulb. I found 10,000 ways that it didn't work. It was necessary for him to fail that many times to find the solution that actually made the light bulb work. But if you don't have a plan, then you're just going to run round and round and round and round in circles. There's going to be Groundhog Day, same thing day in, day out, never getting any closer, because you don't have a plan, no matter how rudimentary that plan might be. So unlocking puzzle you. So this is about knowing who you truly are. It's about setting the intention to be who you came here to be. Even if you don't know who that is yet, if you don't know what that looks like yet, set the intention to be who you came here to be, not to be somebody else, not to wish you were some other mega star, or to wish you were like, a pop star or a movie star or some hugely successful person. You can model yourself, and I highly recommend that whoever you admire and you want to be like, as in you want to achieve something great like so-and-so has achieved, then look at their characteristics, their traits. Understand what it took to get them from where they are to where they were to where they are, because they didn't arrive there. They took a journey there. And look at the primary traits and characteristics that underpins their success. And then choose to model those traits and characteristics, but as you, not as them, as you. So Socrates said, know thyself. This is so, so, so critically important. Know thyself, honor thyself, love thyself, believe in thyself. That is the foundation of becoming whatever it is, whoever it is you need to become to achieve your big goal and vision. Be congruent and be wealthy. Remember I said the intention? So I keep putting in these little keys to say to you, be congruent, be in alignment. There's a saying, I don't know who said it, but we cannot act consistently in a way that is inconsistent with our values. So understand what your values are, what is important to you, and be congruent and in alignment with those always. Because if you are out of alignment, nothing will work. And this is where a lot of people fail over and over and over again and fail to make progress. Failing is fine, but if you fail to make any progress at all, then there is something fundamentally wrong with your approach. And it's imperative that you make sure that you are always congruent and that you are always in alignment with your values. Because if you're off there, then you'll just keep sabotaging yourself. So be congruent and be wealthy. Be free and be wealthy. So one of my top values is freedom. And whilst we can strive for more freedom, it is so important to know that we are already free. We are spirit having a human experience, and we are already free. So live from that knowing that we are already free. We don't need any circumstances to change to be free. Our soul is free. Our spirit is free. And when we know that, then we know we are free. So set the intention to be free and be wealthy. Be fulfilled and be wealthy. Whatever it is that you step up and you choose to do, it's going to involve struggle, failure, setback, disappointment. You're going to go down wrong paths. You're going to feel like it's all too hard sometimes. So if you are not pursuing something that fulfills you, that really fills your heart and soul, then it's going to be a very horrible journey. So make sure you do what lights you up, what fulfills you, what feeds your soul, what lights up your heart. Because it is all about falling in love with the journey. And it sounds cliche, it's been said over and over, but fall in love with the process of success. Decide that you're going to change the world in some way. And I don't mean that you alone are going to create an entirely different planet, but any contribution you make is actually helping to change the world. So if you are helping to solve a problem for somebody, then you are helping to change the world. Don't diminish any effort you make. For instance, and this is really important, that you acknowledge the efforts that you put in. So I realized last night I have a lovely friend who he's a beautiful medium, and he has worked, and he's very, very good in building bathrooms and, you know, doing construction and that kind of thing. And he has, gosh, I think he has 5 children and a beautiful wife, and he has struggled financially. And he's doing a job at the moment that I was like, seriously, dude, really? You need to shift your money mindset. He said, oh, I've never really worried about money. You know, it's kind of like, I just believe that it'll come when I need it. And I sent him a message back. This is all over Messenger. I sent him a message back and I said, yes, but imagine that if you had more than enough, instead of this feast and famine, you always had more than enough to support your family, to fulfill your dreams, to grow and be who you came here to be, and live on purpose all the time, not doing jobs that, seriously, like, I won't tell you the job that he's doing right now, but it's like, really? No, that is not what you came here to do, for God's sake. And he thought about that. This is a little 10-minute messenger interaction. And he thought about that. And he came back and he said, thank you for the ass kicking. And this morning, he put out on Facebook his mediumship events. So he's been thinking about it. This morning he did it. And I sat back and I thought, okay, I have this vision to empower 100,000 impact-driven entrepreneurs. Now that's just one out of 100,000. What else can I do to amplify? And I don't have to do anything. Like, that was just a simple 10-minute interaction with one person. Can I do that over and over and over again for 100,000 people? Probably not. But how can I amplify that in a way that I reach a lot more people all at once? So, and that just put such a smile on my face to see that this morning. I went, oh my God, I had no idea that my little very kind butt kicking last night was going to inspire him to do that. But it really got him thinking. Like, maybe, you know, maybe if I were more involved in the process, then maybe I could actually do something that really fills my heart and soul and make money, and I wouldn't have this feast and famine situation all the time. And I wouldn't have to prostitute myself doing stuff that I don't want to do to be able to support my family. Ugh, can't imagine being in that space anymore. Used to be there, blah. I could not go back there. So, impact-driven wealth formula. This is your unique wealth formula. Already been over this. And I still have a bit of ground to cover. So stick around, probably about another 20 minutes in this presentation. It will be worth your while. So your unique wealth formula, your gifts, your talents, your skills, your expertise, the information that you have built up over your time here on this planet, your journey, your experiences, your unconscious competence, all of that, your values, your vision, all of that, and being able to package that up into a monetized way, plus your power, equals impact and wealth. That's the formula. So on the one hand, it is complex. The most complex part is unpacking you, is knowing who you truly are, and being able to package that up in a way where it's monetized. It's serving the world and you are being richly rewarded for being of service. And then once you add your infinite power to it, anything is possible. Anything is possible. And that's what creates impact and wealth. So don't overcomplicate this. And I implore you from this perspective, in the fact that I have overcomplicated so much. I have this gift for overcomplicating things. Don't overcomplicate it. Make it as simple as possible and take action on it right now. Don't wait. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Just take action on it. Impact-driven goals. Okay, so I'm going to do something that is kind of the opposite of what I have been saying. Bear with me. In the first instance, I want you to forget about the money. If you haven't started this journey yet, if you don't know what to do, if you have no idea the action that you want to take or the business that you want to build, initially, I want you to forget about the money. Don't make money the issue. Don't put all the weight on the money. First thing I want you to do is think about the impact. Think about the solution that you will bring to the world, the cause that you will champion. Think about the impact that you want to have, then think about the income. Because when you really come in from that perspective, so what my whole thing about empowering 100,000 impact-driven entrepreneurs, that is what the idea that came to me initially. Then how do I monetize that? How do I scale that? How do I build $1 million business out of empowering 100,000 impact-driven entrepreneurs? So does that mean that 100,000 impact-driven entrepreneurs are going to pay me? No. It means that in my process of empowering 100,000 impact-driven entrepreneurs, I have a monetized model in the back end that helps me to create $1 million business. So focus on the impact first, get that right, and then look at how you can monetize that. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't already solutions out there that can't help you to build the income. But if you think about, what are you passionate about? How do you want to help people? What fulfills your soul? What lights you up? Then think about how you can monetize that. Very quickly, if you are in my tribe and you have heard me go over and over and over this, so the 5 keys to being unstoppable, the clarity of vision, purpose, and direction, that is absolutely the first, the most important step. Clarity of your vision, purpose, and direction. If you do not have that, you will not make progress, because you cannot get to a destination that you don't know where it is. So get very, very clear on your vision, purpose, and direction. Your focus and attitude must be, so firstly, focus. You must be solution focused, which the vast majority of entrepreneurs get blinded by the problems. They get stuck like a deer in headlights in the problem, and they end up being problem focused. So what happens to a deer that stays staring at the headlights? It gets smashed by the car. So this is the reason, one of the primary reasons so many entrepreneurs fail is because they are problem focused. Oh my God, big problem. What am I going to do? Oh, it's all over. I'm done. They either give up or they can't find a solution to the problem because they are stuck in the problem. You must be solution focused. If you have a level 5 problem, you need to bring a level 8 mindset. If you bring a level 8 mindset to a level 5 problem, you are sorted. And no, I want you to write this down. I am bigger than any problem or challenge I will ever face. I am bigger than any problem or challenge I will ever face. If you truly believe that, because your beliefs are at the core of your success, if you truly believe that, you will never be thrown by a problem. So solution focused, focused on your vision and purpose, relentlessly focus on where you're going. Forget about your problems, pay attention to your dreams, and be solution focused. And you must have a can do, whatever it takes, no matter what kind of attitude. You must. If you don't show up every single day with a can do, no matter what, whatever it takes kind of attitude, you will not make progress. You will never achieve your goals and dreams. If you don't have that yet, then set the intention that you are going to build that you're going to shift your state. The third key, leveraging your superpowers, already spoken about it, your gifts, your talents, your expertise. Your superpowers are your key to massive success, success beyond your wildest dreams. So solve problem you, unpack puzzle you, know who you truly are, know what your superpowers are, and leverage those, because that is going to help you to get into flow instead of being in a state of hustle. That is when magic happens, when you leverage your superpowers and leverage your gifts and talents. Key number 4, activating the infinite power that you have inside of you. This is about working, doing the internal work, doing the personal development, letting go of the fears, the doubts, the limiting beliefs, the stories, the paradigms, the things that are telling you that it's not safe, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve it. That mindset BS, belief systems, the itty bitty shitty committee, all that stuff. Once you let go of that stuff, and that's an ongoing process, that never ends. But as you let go of those fears, those doubts, those limiting beliefs, those blocks, you become more and more and more powerful. You get to stand in your power and you activate the power that is already in you. The only thing that is stopping you from standing in your power, from activating that power, from unleashing that power, is your fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. So to activate the power within, you've got to do the mindset work, the internal work. Consistent, aligned, inspired action. The law of attraction is real, but a big part of the law of attraction is action. And in order to get the most progress, you must take consistent. So every single day, do something every single day to get a little bit closer to your goals, to your dreams. Aligned, in alignment with your values, in alignment with who you truly are, in alignment and having your vibration, your frequency in alignment. Inspired, in spirit, following the guidance and the inspiration of the universe, partnering with the universe. So, so important that you are taking the right kind of action that gets you the most progress. If you argue for your limitations, guess what? You get to keep them. If you argue for your limitations, then you get to keep them. So you can allow yourself to be held back by, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough energy, I don't have enough expertise, I am not enough. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough knowledge. All the I am not enoughs, you can use those as reasons, which are actually excuses, or you can go all in on your dreams. So as I said, at the end of this, I will give you an opportunity to book a strategy session with me, but I'm going to be very, very blunt. If you're going to get on a call with me, and I will actually help you to get closer to your goals, I will. And then if it's appropriate, if we're a good fit, then I will show you how you can potentially work with me in one of my programs. But I warn you now that if you get on that call and then you give it, and then we work together and I give you solutions and show you how to get closer to your goals and give you strategies, and then I show you my solutions to be able to work with me, and you sit there and say to me, oh, I don't have the money. I don't have enough money. Believe me, I'm not going to allow you to sit in that. You can tell me that I'm not the right person for you. You can tell me that my program isn't the right program for you, and I'll know and I'll tell you if my program is not the right program for you. You can tell me that, nah, I've got somebody else that I want to go and work with, and I'll be cool with that. But don't get on a call with me and say, oh, I don't have the time, or I don't have the money, I don't have the energy, I don't have, or I'm not enough. Because that won't wash with me. I will not allow you to argue for your limitations. I don't allow my clients to argue for their limitations. I certainly am not going to allow you to argue for your limitations. Any successful, incredibly successful, and this is a really important teaching point, that any highly successful entrepreneur, they never say, I can't. They always say, how can I? Remember, I said there is never a problem that does not have a solution, and you are bigger than any challenge that you will ever face. So if it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. If you don't have the financial ability to invest in yourself right now, then how are you going to create the financial resources to do what you need to do, to get the help that you need to achieve the goals and dreams that you want? How are you going to do that? Okay, little bit of an ass kicking there. So you are infinitely powerful. I want you to take a few seconds, close your eyes, say the statement, I am infinitely powerful. Say it again and mean it. I am infinitely powerful. Say it again. I am infinitely powerful. Embody that belief, that truth, because you are infinitely powerful. You know what happens when you believe that you are infinitely powerful? You become unstoppable. And that is what I'm all about, is empowering you to know that you are infinitely powerful, so you can be unstoppable, so you can bring your goals and dreams to life, so you can make the world a better place, so you can impact more people, because it matters. One of the most important things you will ever do is your soul work. And when you know that you are infinitely powerful, your whole world changes like instantly. Instantly. And if you're not there yet, then that is perfectly okay. Make the decision that you're going to get there, that you're going to do whatever it takes to build the belief and the knowledge and the understanding that you are infinitely powerful. 90% of mindset is success. Ask any successful person. It always comes down to mindset. Yeah, the actions that you take are important. Yes, the systems you put in place are important. Yes, building your knowledge, your expertise, your skill sets is all important. It's all a part of the equation. But all of that will come once you have the right mindset. You will take the right actions. You will fail your way forward. You will embrace the struggle. You will become accustomed to the setbacks and the disappointments. You will learn your way forward and become the person you need to be when you have the right mindset. So very, very quickly, I want to talk to you quickly about an online business and why it makes perfect sense right now. So I work with plenty of people in plenty of different industries with different business models. And this is why I always encourage everybody to, if not have a business that is all online, to have a part of their business at least that is online. Low startup costs compared to a traditional retail or service business whereby you've got lots of infrastructure, you have to rent a space, all that kind of stuff. An online business can start up with very, very low, relatively low startup costs. You can work from anywhere, anytime, on your terms. Ultimate freedom. You have a global audience. There's over 7 billion people on the planet. Over 7 billion people on the planet. 80% of those have access to the internet. Now, not all 80% are your clients or customers, but why would you limit yourself to the immediate area if you can have a global audience? There is an abundance of different business models. There is no end to the business models that you can have in the online space. And whatever your purpose, your passion, your mission, your vision, your skills and expertise, there is a business model that is the right fit for you. Fast and effective delivery. So if you have a product and you can ship it to all over the world, which it might take, maybe a couple of weeks to get from where it is to the destination, but that's still pretty damn fast if you consider what it's like if you set up a retail store. You've got to set up all the infrastructure, then you've got to get in all the inventory, then you've got to set it all up, then you've got to get people in the door. Whereas with an online business, it's like instant. And so many people are shopping online now. Like nearly everybody just shops online for something at some point. A lot more money changing on I would hazard a guess that a lot more money changes hands in the online space than does in any other space now. It would be the dominant space where money is being exchanged. I would challenge anybody to come up with the numbers that defies that. So, and of course, if you're selling some sort of something that can be delivered over the internet, so plenty of services can be delivered over the internet now. Or if you have an information product or something that can be downloaded pretty quick, it can be instant. The delivery can be instant. And in that case, the delivery doesn't cost anything, which is pretty damn cool. Apart from the infrastructure that you need to be able to deliver it, of course, but it's scalable to infinity. It would cost not much more to deliver 1,000 of an information product than it does to deliver one. Massive leverage. Leverage is so important in any business. Money is incredible leverage. So you use money to make more money. That's leverage. You use people to expand as employees or as consultants or as experts or whatever it is, to multiply your efforts, to expand your business, to reach more people, to make more sales, to make more money. You use the online infrastructure, so websites, social media, massive leverage. Whatever multiplies your efforts, that's leverage. The systems that you put in place, the outsourcing that you put in place. So the things that you don't do well, you outsource to others relatively cheaply, to be able to multiply your efforts. So there is massive leverage available with an online business. You make money 24/7. If you set it up the right way, you can literally set up the systems and the infrastructure and the strategies. You can set them up once and they can work 24/7. They never complain. They never ask for a pay rise. It's like having a whole team of people when you have the right infrastructure. It's like having a whole team of people working for you that you don't have to pay, that never complain, that never go to sleep, that work 24/7. So it's incredibly cool. The online space is so, so cool. Zero limits on your impact and your income. When you set your online business up right, you literally can scale indefinitely. So there is zero limits on the amount of income that you can make and the impact that you can have. And that to me is a game changer. That is like, out of all of that stuff, that really speaks to me, and I hope it speaks to you too. And you can have multiple streams of income. So once you set up one online business, you can take the same model and you can rinse and repeat and do it again and do it again and do it again. Or if you get bored with that, as long as you've set it up so it's running on autopilot, you can even go and build another model altogether. They call Gary Vaynerchuk the king of, what is it? The struggle porn king. So he loves starting new businesses, new enterprises, which is the biggest struggle point of any business. Doesn't mean you don't have challenges as your business grows, but one of the hardest parts is, of course, getting any business off the ground, and he loves that process. So he gets businesses to being viable and waiting till they're on autopilot and sets them up so he has all the infrastructure in place so it runs itself, and he might just oversee it a bit, but then he goes and starts again and starts a whole other enterprise. So you could do that if that's your thing. Online business vehicles, e-commerce, huge. Selling shit online, massive, massive, massive. There's no end to the amount of things that you can sell in the e-commerce space. There are already platforms like eBay, Amazon, something called Redbubble, I think, Etsy. There's plenty of platforms that are available for you to sell whatever it is that you want to sell. You can sell t-shirts. Teespring, I think, is something that springs to mind, where you can design t-shirts and then put them up on these platforms that are already made, so you don't have to create your own website. So plenty of places that you can already sell whatever it is you want to sell. Affiliate marketing. So this is a great business model to get started, because you are selling somebody else's product. All you do is match the person with the product, and the person who's created the product does all the fulfillment, they do the customer support, they provide all the backup systems, and you get a commission for each and every sale. Affiliate marketing is massive. Online education. People are shifting from traditional education to online education. This space is exploding. Whatever your background, your knowledge, your skills, your expertise, you can turn it into some form of online education. And as long as you have identified a hungry market for what it is that you know, there is no limit to the amount of people who you can help with whatever it is that you provide in that space. Coaching and consulting, also exploding, because people need help to be able to help, guidance and support to achieve the outcomes that they want. Whatever knowledge, skills, and expertise you have, you can turn it into a coaching and consulting business. Investing and trading. Like everything, don't play games that you don't understand. This is so true for investing and trading. If you need to take courses to understand investing and trading, then take courses. But this is one of those formulas whereby you can, if investing and trading is something that really lights you up, that you love the numbers game, that you love the thrill of the trade, and understanding that space. I mean, me personally, I couldn't think of anything more boring. It would just send me to sleep. But if that's something that really excites you, then go and get education, go and find people who really understand the space, and you know, invest in the education to be able to have a really good return on that investment. There's a friend here that I have in my little town who he makes well over $1 million some years in his trading and investing. Doesn't make that much every year because it is there are no guarantees, and he doesn't always make the right trades, and sometimes he takes a break. But there are some years, good years, that he will make over $1 million in investing and trading. But he knows what he's doing and he understands the game. It's all a game. Professionals, you can take your professional knowledge, experience, expertise into the online space. We even have telemedical services now. So it doesn't matter what profession you're in, even if you're something like a massage therapist. Now, clearly, taking massage online is not going to work. But you can take your knowledge as a massage therapist about the problems that you solve and take that online and turn that into a course. Or you could maybe sell some sort of video series to help people with back problems, ongoing back problems, to show them how they could alleviate their back problems. Maybe you have found a product. I have found, give me 2 seconds. So I have ongoing neck pain. I found this last week. And my husband has ongoing back pain. There is a similar device that's very, very simple that helps alleviate back pain. So you could find a product and you could sell a product in relation to back pain or whatever pain you help to alleviate. So professional services. Any kind of service you can provide in the online space. Now, multi-level marketing and network marketing. This is a huge industry. And there have been some bad players, bad models. And the MLM network marketing industry, unfortunately, has earned itself a bad name with good reason. Because of the strategies, the techniques, and the way a lot of people ran these models. But done right, multi-level marketing and network marketing are incredible ways to help a lot of people. And the reason that multi-level marketing and network marketing is actually, I don't think my camera was turned on. You couldn't see the solution that I just put on then. That's hilarious. I'll show you at the end. So the multi-level marketing, network marketing space, there's so many advantages to it. So there is no other business model where people support people in their success to the extent that they do in this space. You have you work with a company that is doing the fulfillment. You have hopefully personal growth and mindset support through the company and through the team that you work with. The MLM network marketing space has some of the best products in the world, and that is by design. And the whole basis of network marketing and multi-level marketing is that you utilize your network to support each other, to make money, to build a team. You do it together. It can be incredibly fun. The biggest piece is always mindset. It always comes back to mindset. So all of these aren't the only online business vehicles, but they're some of the best ones that I recommend that you explore when you go into the online space. Right now, it is the perfect storm. So with with what's been going on in the last 3 years, with online enterprise having evolved as much as it has in the last 20 years, and then all of a sudden we have everything converging to make the online business space and the conscious business space absolutely one of the most lucrative future opportunities right now. So with what unfolded in the last 3 years, so many traditional businesses have been wiped out. They, of course, could not foresee that their businesses would be locked down, that they would completely lose their income because they would not be able to trade. And a lot of people have lost their jobs, so they're looking for alternative streams of income. So there has never been a better time to get into the online space. People are now very accustomed to exchanging money in the online space. 10 years ago, a lot more people were a lot more suspicious of scams and all the rest of it online. They didn't want to put their credit card online. Now most people are down with it. I think if I go, there would not be a week that goes by that I do not buy 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 things over the internet. And I think most people are the same. So, and of course, we have the evolution of AI, which is freaking scary, but the genie is out of the bottle. And I would say 30, 40, 50% of the workforce is going to be out of a job within the next 2 to 5 years. So people need an alternative stream of income. And right now is the perfect time to get online, to start to take advantage of the opportunities that abound in this space. Warren Buffett said, if you don't find a way to earn money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not okay with that. So it is imperative, if you want freedom, if you truly want freedom, that you find a way to earn money while you sleep. Heal your internal conflict with money. Oh, let's go back. Go back. Heal your internal conflict with money. Firstly, identify the conflicts. What are the fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that you have around money? Release those fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs. Of course, you know that I love EFT tapping. Very powerful way to do that. Create new empowering beliefs. Align wealth with your core values. I won't go into that, but they're the things that you need to do. I recommend that you write those down. Align wealth with your core values. So just on that, very quickly, it was Dr. John DeMartini, who he actually says that if money is not in your top 3 values, you are always going to be poor. I don't agree with that. Who am I to actually contradict the great Dr. John DeMartini? Maybe I'm wrong, but the way I see it is that when you align money and wealth with whatever your top core values are, meaning that, okay, very, very quick story. I'll tell you this in 60 seconds. So there was another coach who was coaching a guy who actually had a really great business with lots and lots of money coming in. He had a wife and 2 daughters, but his health was absolutely crap. He was very overweight. And his coach said, mate, we've got to get your health in order. What happens if you're no longer around? What happens to your family? Because he knew his family was actually one of his core values. Now, this wasn't about making money. Money was obviously one of his priorities, and he made a lot of money. Whatever relationship he had with money was solid. What the coach was trying to do was get his relationship with his health better, because he did not care about his health. So he said, what happens to your family if you die? And the dude said, yeah, that's okay. I've already set up. I've got everything set in place for them to be taken care of if something happens to me. So from the description, he seemed like he was basically a walking heart attack. And so his coach thought about this and went, okay, so you die. Your wife and kids are taken care of. Your wife meets another man. They fall in love. He moves in and starts sexually abusing your 2 little girls. Well, the lights went on in that man's head very, very quickly. And the result was that he went home that night. He started to exercise. He cleaned up his diet. He lost a stack of weight. He got really fit and healthy. So what the coach did was he aligned his core values with the outcome of becoming healthy. So health became a top priority for him because it aligned with looking after his family and taking care of his girls. So, and hopefully that became an ongoing habit into the foreseeable future. So align well with your core values. What now? Get clear. What's your vision? Write these down. What's your vision? What's your plan? I know that we've been here 2 hours. I'm very cognizant, which is why I'm speeding up. I have so much that I want to share with you. But write these down. You can take action on these. What's your vision? What's your plan? What's your strategy? Who's on your team? Who are the people who you are bringing into your circle of influence to support you to get to where you go? Nobody ever achieved anything great on their own, entirely on their own. So if you need to just take a screenshot, take a screenshot. How to build wealth and change the world. I have shared with you today why impact-driven entrepreneurs are different. The 3 primary reasons impact-driven entrepreneurs fail. The 5 principles of business for impact-driven entrepreneurs. The 5 keys to being unstoppable. The impact-driven wealth formula. How to heal your internal conflict with money. What you need to do now is decide. Decide to go all in on your goals, your vision, your dreams. Decide to be unstoppable. Decide to become the person you need to be to realize your vision, your goals, your dreams. Decide to make your dreams non-negotiable. Decide to do whatever it takes. Decide to have an attitude of no matter what. Decide that you're worth it. Decide that your vision, your dreams are already accomplished, and you will just take the journey to get there. The first thing that happens is that you make a decision. And whatever decision you make, you need to make that decision now. You need to make that decision again tomorrow. You need to make that decision again the next day. So you need to keep reinforcing this decision so you become the person you need to be who achieves your biggest, greatest, grandest dreams and goals and live the life that you could not even possibly imagine is possible right now. Decide to achieve the impossible. Decide to make the impossible possible. Decide to release the limiting beliefs, the fears, the doubts that are stopping you, slowing you down, and holding you back. Decide to take the action that you need to take to get to where you want to be. Decide to stop arguing for your limitations. All of it is just on the other side of a decision. Every single success is on the other side of a decision that you make and the decisions that you continue to make. So what's next? To get clear on your dream, decide on your business model, identify what you need to help you to achieve your dreams, create a plan, and take massive action. Are you willing to do that? If you feel overwhelmed and daunted right now, know that all of this is a process. Remember I said about half an hour ago, you've got to fall in love with the process of success. You've got to fall in love with the journey. Because you can have all the visions and the dreams and the ideals and you can get excited about what's possible and you can get excited about the future life that you're going to live. But none of it will happen if you do not fall in love with the process, if you don't decide that you are willing to struggle, that you are willing to fail your way forward, that you are willing to risk the disappointments and the learning and risk facing your fears. So it's really, really important. This is why your vision needs to be so compelling. Your dream needs to be so big and so compelling that you decide to do whatever it takes to achieve it. And it is so inspiring and it is so in alignment that nothing and nobody will get in. You will not allow anything or anybody to get in your way, to slow you down, to stop you from achieving it. So, okay, what's next? Who's on your team? Do you think I could, oh, sorry, not that. Do you think I could potentially, that was for presentation 2 weeks ago. If you feel like I could potentially help you, you can go the slow way or you can go the fast way. Now, if you think I can help you to get out of your own way and go the fast way to achieving your goals, then you can book a strategy session with me right now. marguerita.as.me/strategy. So there are a handful of spots available for people who are ready to really step up, to step into their power, to be all they can possibly be. And I am ready to help anybody who is ready to be exceptional, who is ready to bring their dreams to life, who is ready to do whatever it takes to achieve their goals and dreams. I really want to help you. So if that's you, then I invite you to book a strategy session with me if you feel that I can help you to get from where you are to where you want to be. What I will do is during a 30-minute call, I will talk to you about the biggest problem and challenge you are facing right now. I will help you to solve it, and I will work with you to create a strategic action plan as to how you can reach your end goal without all the frustration, confusion, and overwhelm. And then if appropriate, I will talk to you about working with you in one of my programs in an ongoing way to continue to support you to bring your dreams to life. So this is not for you if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme, if you're not 100% committed to your vision, if you believe that positive thinking and the law of attraction is the entire answer to your problems, if you're looking for an easy ride, this is for you if you're committed to your vision, if you're determined to become the best version of you, if you're ready to step into your power, if you're ready to take massive action, and you're ready to be unstoppable. So you can book there. Now, there was one more thing that I wanted to share with you. I'm sorry if I'm going really fast, but it has been 2 hours. So you can ask your questions right now in the chat if you have any. Now I want to share with you the secrets to leveraging the universe, or the secrets of the universe, I called it. So Nikola Tesla said, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think of terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. How is this relevant to you? Your frequency and vibration is the key to bringing any dream to life. This is your mindset. This is your focus. This is your state of mind. So you can shift your state and alter your vibration and your frequency incredibly quickly. This is what Tony Robbins is a master of, changing state. So when you're feeling sad, depressed, lonely, upset, disappointed, your frequency and vibration will be at a particular level. When you are happy, joyful, upbeat, inspired, excited, when you are focused in a positive way on your vision, on your dream, your frequency and vibration is significantly higher. If you want to be abundant, your frequency and vibration need to be in alignment with abundance. If you want to be financially wealthy, your frequency and vibration need to be in alignment with the frequency of wealth, financial wealth. If you want to be loved, then your frequency and vibration need to be in a state that is open to receiving love and being love. It all comes back to frequency and vibration. Everything is frequency and vibration. Einstein, imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. That is another secret to the universe, your imagination. So this is where visualization, being willing to visualize, realizing your dreams every day, seeing them come to life, believing that they're possible, imagining on an ongoing basis the world that you want to live in and what you're going to do to create that world. So, sorry, going back. Investing in yourself is the best thing you can do. Anything that improves your own talents, nobody can tax it or take it away from you. The reason I put this in is one of the secrets is the universe is because you are the key. And being the best version of you is the key. So investing in your mindset, in your knowledge, in your skills, in your expertise, in your expansion, in your growth, in everything that expands you to be the best version of you, that is another secret to leveraging the universe. And being a state of flow, not hustle, and partnering with the universe. Again, this comes back to intention. How can you be in flow where you are leveraging the universe rather than being in a state of hustle and grind, which is very a traditionally male approach to achievement, is hustle and grind your way forward. Well, there is hard work involved. I will not dispute that, but it doesn't only have to be struggle. It doesn't only have to be grind. It doesn't only have to be hustle. Get into a state of flow and you will exponentially accelerate your progress, your journey, and you will fall in love with the process so much easier and partner with the universe. The most powerful partner you have is the universe. So partner with the universe. So there you go. That is the end of the presentation today. I will show you what I was sharing with you before. If you have questions, please share them in the chat. So that is the neck solution that I shared before. So you lie on it and you drop your head over the end, and it kind of lets all your neck muscles relax and realigns your spine. And it's really very simple. You know, I bought it and it arrived at my post office box within like 4 days or something ridiculous. And there's a spine one that you actually sit it's the same concept, but it's a slightly different shape, and you put it underneath your back to realign your back and help to bring the spine back into alignment. So such a simple idea and incredibly effective. So that was the solution that I was saying for massage therapists. If you can find a product that helps a client to achieve a desired outcome or assist them in achieving a desired outcome that doesn't require you to be there physically, then you have a product that you can sell online. So it is a pretty cool apparatus, Janine. Yes, and so Janine said my business provides quite a few solutions. So yeah, your business could provide multiple solutions for people, and it's really being focused on exactly what those solutions are and being able to articulate them in a way that your potential customer or client resonates with that solution and goes, oh my God, I've been looking for this forever. Please let me have it. Here's my credit card. And that is a whole other presentation in and of itself. So you're very welcome. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I don't see any questions in the chat. So I'm going to love you and leave you. After 2 hours, you probably well and truly had enough of me. I do hope that you have found this presentation valuable. Remember, if you want that strategy session, to reach out to me and to book that strategy session. But I just wish you all the best. Please take action on your goals and dreams. Now is the perfect time to bring your dreams to life. Decide that you're going to make it happen and take something away from today and take action on it to advance your progress, to accelerate your progress from where you are to where you want to be. Love you all very much. I will see you again in another presentation very soon. Bye for now.